Those words from Eva had been playing on repeat in my mind for the last several days. Being pretty is overrated, I tried to comfort myself. Eating cookies whenever I wanted was much more fun. And I don't enjoy sticking things in my eyes. As far as my curls went, it would be easier to tame the ocean's tide. Or at least that was the lie I told myself. Doing my hair was so time-consuming, and I had better things to do, like studying. It was no easy feat scoring a 522 on the MCAT. Getting into the Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine was my goal. Hopefully with that score, I was one step closer. Oh, there went the left ankle. The large audience gasped on my behalf as I faltered. Even the procession music the orchestra played came to a stop. Great. At least I couldn't see them. I had to pause and grip Garrett, the unlucky groomsman and cousin of Kane, Eva's son and my father's best man. Kane made a good case for wanting to be pretty, but it seemed best not to think about it right now, as my legs were already unsteady enough. Besides, we hadn't interacted much other than a few pleasantries. He'd seemed more interested in studying me whenever we'd been around each other. He probably thought I was odd, and he would be right. I shouldn't care what he thought. I should be blaming him for this entire ordeal. Kane worked for my father, and one fateful day, his mother met him at the office for lunch, and now here we were. I should be grateful, at least, that Eva wasn't half my father's age like the last train wreck. Garrett rolled his eyes. At least I think he did. Maybe I should have gotten contacts before the wedding.
"Are you all right?"
Garrett asked begrudgingly. Fine, just fine, I whispered through my pain.
"Let's keep going,"
he grumbled. I hobbled the rest of the way down the aisle, thankful I couldn't see my father or Kane. Despite not being able to see my father, I was sure he was sighing and shaking his head, not quite sure what to do with me as usual. Kane, on the other hand, was probably studying me again, and I knew he would be beautiful while doing it. As far as I was concerned, it was perfectly fine for me to think about Kane like that, since he would be my stepbrother for only a maximum of 18 months. No wife had made it past 3 years, and that was a long time ago. My father's marriage lengths had gotten shorter with each wife. So Kane and I would never truly be family. Besides, Kane was a lot older than me, like 7 years, which made him 29. And he was so out of my league. That was if I even had a league. I was more like a spectator, when I could see. I took my place in the bridal party line, the last in line of 7 bridesmaids. I desperately wanted to slip off the nude heels and Spanx and breathe. Breathing would be so nice. Spanx didn't mess around. Eva had at least let me keep my glasses on until right after I'd slipped into the long blush chiffon dress that had way too many slits in it. I hardly recognized myself in the bridal suite's floor-length mirror. Who knew I had such a womanly shape? Eva had even Spanxed my thighs, which was too bad because they would have been clapping for me as I walked down the aisle, and I could have used the encouragement. When Here Comes the Sun by the Beatles began to play, I praised Jesus. It meant this was almost over. Lady Deathstrike, as I'd nicknamed Eva, the horrid wives all got comic book villain names, would be walking down the aisle any moment now, thinking she was truly the sun in my father's life. Little did she know that his world revolved around his company, Armstrong Labs. Plasma was his lifeblood. Would it be bad if I slipped out of these heels while I waited? I mean, it wasn't like I was the maid of honor. That title went to Lady Deathstrike's daughter, Coraline with the K, as she loves to say. She was every bit as beautiful as her mother and brother. They each had these mesmerizing golden brown eyes and athletic builds. Eva was more fair than her children, who both had olive skin and dark hair, and they were all tall, like the perfect height for modeling. Coraline was a few years older than me, and thankfully wouldn't be living at Augie's while I was home from school for the summer. If only Augie hadn't wanted me to intern at Armstrong Labs this summer, I would have stayed at Samford and taken additional classes while I applied to medical schools. It was always awkward when there was a new wife at home. Inevitably,